So a squat is one of the most functional exercises that you can include in your training or exercise plan. We do squats every single day, whether you think about it or not. Anytime you sit down onto a chair or the toilet and then you stand back up, that's a squat. And so it's a good idea to practice squatting so that you can get up off the toilet or out of a chair by yourself when you're 80. Let me show you what a good squat is. A good squat is where you're starting with nice tall posture. You've got a neutral spine and abdominals engaged, and your weight is kind of balanced between the balls of your feet and your heels. And the first step for a squat is that your hips are going to go back and your knees are going to bend, and we want this to happen at the same time. Hips go back and knees bend. Notice how my torso is staying straight and rigid, right? So hips go back, knees bend, and that process continues. Knees bend, hips go back, until I reach the bottom of the squat. The bottom of your squat depends on your flexibility, okay? Your ankle mobility, your flexibility of your calves, as well as, your hip mobility. But essentially what we want to aim for is going to where our thighs are parallel to the floor. For powerlifting, we go a little bit below parallel, right? A little bit deeper of a squat. But, for the basic learner, if you're just beginning to this, you just want to go to the point where your flexibility allows. Push your hips back, bend your knees to the point that your flexibility allows you to. And then as you stand back up, you're bringing your hips forward and straightening out your knees. The main prime movers here, the muscles that we're engaging, are going to be your quadriceps and your glutes as you stand up. So the quadriceps engage to straighten out your legs, and then the glutes push your hips forward, okay? You may also feel the squat in your hip adductors, right? You may feel it in your core depending on how much resistance you're carrying, because in order to keep your core straight, when you're holding a lot of resistance, your core is gonna have to fire up a lot. But this is the basic form of a squat, and you can add resistance onto it in a lot of different ways.